as we get ready for race number 9 of 29 here in the 1992 throwbacks, as we are getting ready for Talladega, the second, of the 4 Winston Million events. Phil Parsons, he won the Daytona 500. If he were able to win here today and pick up another win at one of the other 4 Crown Jewel events, he will get a $1 million bonus. Other storylines going in, of course, we still have Alan Kowicki leading the point standings going into this race, holding a slim 18-point margin over the aforementioned Parsons. Tim Richmond sitting in 3rd, Bill Elliott, Sterling Marlin, the Junior Johnson teammates in 4th and 5th respectively. Davey Ellison having that comeback season in 6th. Brett Bodine actually outdoing his brother Jeff despite not having a win and his brother having 2. Kyle Petty is all the way up to 9th despite being 3rd in the points last week. And Ernie Irvin rounds out the top 10. This season has had so much turnover when it comes to the point standings. It's really difficult to get a grasp on just how this season's going to turn out. It seems like there's been so many people that have been able to just leapfrog in front of someone else. I can't really get a specter on who's going to be able to dominate. Jeff Bodine definitely put on an interesting show at Martinsville. This is a track that I don't think we're going to get any closer to figuring out who's going to be able to take this 1992 championship. As the field goes for qualifying, we get lap times of 194.397 miles an hour out of the 94 of Terry Labonte. Texas Terry Labonte is going to be on the pole for today's race. In 2nd place, we've got Harry Gant. 3rd, we've got Davey Ellison. In 4th, we have Ted Musgrave. In 5th, we have Ernie Irvin. In 6th, we have Mark Martin. In 7th, the man in black, Dale Earnhardt. And in 8th, Sterling Marlin. In 9th, we have Ricky Rudd. And rounding out the top 10, the young upstart Rob Moroso in his number 20. Let's get ready for yet another crazy Talladega race. I mean, we've already seen people qualify up front that usually aren't here. Here's the command for the race. Oh boy. As the field comes down, pace car rolls off, and Rusty Wallace has problems. Which means I'm going to have to go back and go through this. Hopefully less problems this time. That's a glitch. That's a glitch in this game that happens, unfortunately. We'll get past it. Anyways, the pace car dives down onto pit road. The field's going to come 2 by 2 going through the tri-oval. Remember, the start and finish line here at Talladega is going off on the short chute into turn number 1. The field comes all the way around the long tri-oval at the 2.66 mile superspeedway, and the green flag has been displayed at this incredible racetrack. We'll see what kind of racing we have in store for us today. Talladega is always a wild card when it comes to these races. Right now, Terry Labonte, he's going to get the advantage for the time being. They're going to go 3 wide for 2nd. That'll certainly help Terry Labonte. You can see the entire field going down. Now, Harry Gant, he got a really good run up off of turn number 2. Got a good push by Musgrave there going into turn 3. Don't think he's going to be able to sustain the momentum, though, and I believe Terry Labonte is going to take lap number 1 here. However, they're going to spread out 3 abreast. Thought they might go 4 wide, but Labonte didn't get suckered back into the hole. And Labonte is going to lead lap number 1. And, an aggressive block here by Labonte. One thing to note is that Fords have done very, very well at Talladega. They seem to always bring a ton of speed here. In particular, the Roush Ford of Mark Martin. That 6 car has had some incredible dominating runs at Talladega. And it's really not surprising to see a bunch of Fords starting to charge towards the front. You've got the 94, the pole sitter. We've got the 11, the 26, the 7. All 4 of them very prominent Fords in this motorsport. And they're about to go 3 wide for the lead, potentially even 4 wide. Ricky Rudd couldn't make the move. And Alan Kowicki is going to go to the lead. So there goes Kowicki now into first place. Dale Jarrett is going to move into second. The defending points champion Rusty Wallace in third, and Phil Parsons, person who's second in points, is there in the 4th position. As we go into turn number 3, it's still 3 wide, several rows back. As people are still jostling for position, nobody's really been able to form single file and get a breakaway going. We usually don't see that until after the first pit stop. Man, there's a lot of crossing over going into the tri-oval. Looks like Wallace is going to lead that one. Wallace leading lap number 3. And there's Brett Bodine going into second. Rick Mast in the 16. That'll be third. Kyle Petty will fall back to 4th, and it's 3 wide for 5th. Maybe these 4 can start to gang up in a little bit of a single file action. No! Brett Bodine's going to pull down on Rusty Wallace, and Rick Mast pulls down on them both, and they're going to go 3 wide for the lead. Pontiac up high, Oldsmobile in the middle, Ford way down low, and a Pontiac pushing a Ford to the lead. Rick Mast is going to go up high, he's going to block Brett, he's going to cut back down low, block Kyle, and Rick Mast is going to lead lap number 4. A very crucial 5 bonus points for a team that really has not been doing well in the points this season. They've had a terrible start, that second Roush team, really just Roush in general, not having a good 1992 as they're going 4 wide back there. And that typically doesn't last long. Looks like that they're able to settle that out. And Kyle Petty's going to jump down to the inside of Rick Mast. And Kyle Petty to the lead. Ted Musgraves right there. You see rookie Jamie Hensley. One of the things about super speedway racing is that the restrictor plate is the ultimate equalizer. Even the slower cars are able to stay with the pack as long as they have the draft. So you will see names that you very typically don't see up front come up front and try to lead this thing. Now, Ted Musgraves actually just got a very fast 55 car. But someone that really hasn't had a lot of luck this season, Ken Schrader. Yeah, but that is a very strong car on the super speedways. We know just how strong Ken Schrader can be on the 1.5 and ups. It's just that we haven't had a lot of them so far this season. Only Atlanta. Waltrip looking. Can't pass his quasi-teammate in Ken Schrader there. But Sterling Marlin's going to go down to the inside. Can't get down to the inside. And it's going to be a 3-car breakaway for the lead. Now, if these 4 guys can actually form a little bit of a pack here and try to behave, they can pull away from these guys that are going 3-4 wide behind them. Does not seem like that's the game that they want to play here. On lap number 7, we're still going fast and wild with these positions. And you can see making his way towards the front, the king, Richard Petty, in his final year of competition, looking for career win number 200. He got his 199th career win a couple years back. No, that was actually last year, excuse me. 1991, he got it. He would love to get one more win. You can believe it. You would love to see Richard Petty get one more win in his career before it's all said and done. That STP Pontiac seems like they got a good car underneath them here for Tega. And he's got a long-time companion behind him in the 71 of Rick Mast. Meanwhile, Jeff Bodine tried to do a move that is very questionable, to say the least. But it looks like he's going to take it. Bodine to the lead. I mean, Bodine to third. What am I saying? Bodine to third. Richard Petty to fourth. Looks like Dave Marcus will be able to take fifth. And as I was saying earlier, with these guys going single file, they've been able to string this pack out a little bit. Note how they're really not going 3 wide anymore. It's more of a 2 wide thing. So as long as the pack's able to get strung out, and Tim Richmond is smoking on the apron. The Hendrick engine in the 25 car has grenaded on coming out of turn number 2 and going down the back straightaway here at Talladega at lap number 9. The Hendrick engine has expired in the Tim Richmond machine. What awful, awful luck. Coming into the race, third in points, needing another solid run, and it's going to more than likely be a 42nd place finish for Tim Richmond, the 1987 Throwback champion, up in smoke. Meanwhile, going back to the lead, you can really see how this pack is strung out now. Barely anyone going 3 wide, and primarily a single car, a single file breakaway up here towards the front. Ken Schrader currently leading. Jeff Bodine, Richard Petty, Dave Marcus, Wally Dullenbach, Phil Parsons, and Ernie Irvin. You can see they're really starting to pull away as well. Dullenbach trying to pull out there. So did Phil Parsons. And now Dave Marcus is pulling out. And now we might see this second pack here start to catch right back up. Yeah, as soon as they start going double file, that basically acts as a parachute. These guys are now going to go almost 1 mile an hour, maybe even 2 miles an hour slower, because they broke away from the single car draft. Every single pass that is made in this pack is very costly. It seems like ever since the 5 cars got into the lead, no one's really been able to make a move on them. Ken Schrader might be the car to beat today. In fact, he's got the fastest lap. I believe he's got the fastest lap on the day. No, he does not. The fastest lap goes to the number 2 of Rusty Wallace, the Pontiac, coming in at a tad over 200 miles an hour for a single lap. And remember, this is 200 miles an hour with roughly 400 horsepower. If these cars raced unrestricted, we would see speeds well in excess of 220 miles per hour, no doubt. Meanwhile, Ernie Irvin, Phil Parsons trying to get stuff done. You can just see that they're not able to do it. That 5 car just seems to be too good right now, and Jeff Bodine doesn't seem to be really interested in making any moves either. Nope, Bodine's perfectly okay there. He won last week at Martinsville, and he's just probably trying to play safe for points. Honestly, I don't blame him there. And now we've got a long single file line developing here. Going back to 11th. Ernie Irvin down on the inside, still trying to get something done. Phil Parsons is now going to cut down as Ernie Irvin comes back up to block Wallace. See maybe if he can get some sort of push going into the turn 3. He can't, but he will push Wallace out of the way. And now here comes Kyle Petty, Brett Bodine, Bill Elliott, and Rick Mast. Kyle Petty's going to pull down. His momentum gets killed as soon as he pulls out, though. It doesn't look like that's going to allow Irvin to get around Parsons. We'll see if these guys are able to form a second line, perhaps, to try to get around these front 3. But these front 3 right now are really glued together. Ken Schrader, Bill Elliott. Ken Schrader, Jeff Bodine, Dave Marcus, that's your front 3. Irvin trying to pass Marcus. We'll see if he'll be able to do that. I don't think he will. He will not. And whoa, we got contact going into turn 3. Parsons barely able to save the cars. He got wicked loose off the bumper of Rick Mast going into turn number 3. That was almost disaster. Meanwhile, Lake Speed starting to move up towards the top 5 here, believe it or not. He's in the 6th position. And now Irvin's finally been able to pick off Marcus. It seems like that 4-car just needed to time that move correctly. Now we're going to see, will Irvin be able to get around Bodine or Schrader? These are the two guys that have just been glued to each other since about lap 7. Ernie Irvin took a peek, but obviously he didn't have anywhere to go. Now watch this. We've got this 5-6 car deal here coming up to this pack. There could be entirely possible. Well, now it's not going to be possible. I was going to say it could be possible that these guys might try to build up a slingshot on these leaders and try to get around them, but it seems like they're more intent on battling for 4th right now.
Hi.
Ernie Irvin. See if he could try to make a move on Jeff Bodine going down the back straightaway here. Everyone's just trying to avoid the Jimmy Means car of Bobby Hillen. And that's going to push Irvin out of the way as Rick Mast brought a huge amount of momentum on that inside lane. He screwed over his teammate in a big way there, though. Can he continue the momentum? Can he make a move on Bodine? He might try to push Bodine to the lead. This is the biggest lead that Schrader's had. He's going to have to defend this lead for his life. Yeah, this is not going to be an easy defense to say the least. We'll see if Bodine's going to want the lead. Maybe he's just been sitting there conserving fuel. This is the first. It's going to take his brother to try to make this move. He's there on the quarter panel. He's got it. Yeah, he's there. He's got the nose. Brett Bodine, he did have the fastest car at Martinsville. He just wasn't able to get going because he was pitting from the back straightaway. He could not keep the consistency up. Now, here he is in the 2nd position. He's got one of the fastest laps on the board today at over 200 miles an hour. He could very easily take this lead away from Schrader if he can get there. The closer you get to the front, though, the much more difficult it is to make a pass. When you're further back in the pack, you got people pushing you past other cars. All you got to do is basically not lift, and you can get yourself into the top 10. After that, it becomes very, very difficult to pass. But Brett Bodine's going for the pass. Brett Bodine going to take the lead from Ken Schrader, and he's going to do it. Bodine taking the lead from the 5, the first driver to do that in a long time today, as Ken Schrader led an appreciable amount of laps here. He might clinch. With that streak of laps led, he might have clinched the most laps led today. We'll have to see how pit stops cycle out and if there will be any cautions. Yeah, the field is definitely strung out here, to say the least. Here we go, Rick Mast down low. Rick Mast trying to take the lead, and he's got his teammate Mark Martin right behind him. And I don't think this is what the pack wanted to see. The two Roush cars going 1-2 to the point. And Mark Martin is going to leave his teammate out to dry. Is he going to try to block Ernie Irvin? He's not going to be able to. 3 wide to the line. Mast will get the lap led, but it looks like Ernie Irvin's going to get the lead. And going 3 wide for the lead like that, look at how quickly people are starting to file back in. They're running single file behind them. And before it looked like that there was only going to be 3 or 4 cars battling for the lead. And now look here, we've got easily 15 cars under a blanket now going for the lead. And they're going 3 wide for it. Jeff Bodine now taking the lead. And right behind him is the Junie Donlevy car. That's driven by Dick Trickle. We have Jimmy Spencer now going out to the inside. He wants a taste of the lead. Not going to be able to get there. Bodine's too good. Jeff Bodine's got a very fast number 9. And, of course, the Melling engineering going into that number 9, just dominating all the big tracks in the 1980s. Makes you wonder if it was all Elliott, if Bodine's out here dominating as much as he is. Here comes Spencer down to the bottom. Ricky Rudd's going to push him, though. Rudd might push Bodine temporarily, but it's not going to be enough for Bodine to keep the lead. There goes Spencer. He's got the lead. Rudd. Oh, boy. Spencer barely got the block out there, but he wasn't able to get all the way down. Will he be able to clear the 26 going into turn 1? No. Ricky Rudd's going to take the lead. And, man, they are just... all of these cars are just completely under a blanket right now. Yeah, this contains the top 17, 18 cars. We'll go further back and we'll just see that there are people. This is your primary Pack B back here to show you what's going on. Ted Musgrave's leading this. Of course, we've got Jimmy Hensley, Davey Allison, Dale Jarrett, Ron Moroso, Derek Cope, Richard Petty, Jeff Purvis, Morgan Shepard, Stanley Smith, Chad Little, Dale Earnhardt, Michael Waltrip, Darrell Waltrip, Hutch Strickland, Alan Kowicki, and Eddie Bierschwell are all in this Pack B back here. Alan Kowicki being your points leader, that is definitely not good for him, being stuck in the mid-30s right now with nowhere to really go. And there's a couple people who have just lost the draft around the track. We'll take you back to the front, where Ken Schrader is about to take the lead. And there goes Schrader. Schrader's now back to the point. And I think we're going to start seeing some pit stops here. And indeed we are. We see several cars peeling off for pit road. Meanwhile, Rick Mast, I don't know if he's technically led a lap today or not, but that will be 5 bonus points right there if he hasn't. Lake Speed would have really appreciated those 5 bonus points. Yeah, he might be able to get them this time around. Still side by side. And Mast actually lost the plot. Lake Speed got him on the outside. Now you see Dick Trickle, Brett Bodine here. I imagine all of these cars are all going to go down pit road. Someone really desperate for bonus points is going to stay out. And I think everyone's coming down. Anyone from the previous pack not coming down? How about Ron Moroso? Rolling the dice for 5 bonus points. I love this strategy right here. Yeah, this is excellent. Now, he's got absolutely nobody to draft with, and he might actually be running out of gas here. He's going very slow. He's not picking up speed either. I think the 20 is... yeah, the 20 is really, really, really slow. He's trying to get out of people's way. But, yeah, it looked like he was running out of gas going down the entire back straightaway. That 20 car, yeah, there's no sound coming from that car. He is definitely out of fuel. So that's going to cost him dearly in track position. We'll see just how bad that's going to cost the 20. Meanwhile, we go back to the point. And, well, Rick Mast and Lake Speed still come out right next to each other. And looks like that Ken Schrader and Phil Parsons are both here. I don't know if they'll be able to breeze right by these guys, though. It does not look like it. That makes you look back to these guys back here. Ricky Rudd, Larry Pearson, Kyle Petty. These guys are going really fast right now. Oh, he's going to get shut out by Lake Speed. Now we'll see. Maybe if these guys can all get together, they could maybe gang up on this pack a little bit. Maybe they've got the draft as well. Anyways, green flag pit stops have just filed through. Your leader of this race, number 90, Dick Trickle. In second, we have Phil Parsons. Rick Mast we have in third. Ken Schrader in fourth. Ricky Rudd in fifth. Sixth, Larry Pearson. Seventh, Lake Speed. Eighth, Kyle Petty. In ninth, we have Sterling Marlin. And rounding out the top 10, Wally Dellenbach Jr. In 11th, we have Harry Gant. And in 12th and 13th will be the Bodine brothers. In 14th, there's Ernie Irvin. We go back a little bit more. In 15th, Jimmy Spencer in the 98. 16th, Bill Elliott. 17th, Dave Marcus. And 18th, Jimmy Hensley. And 19th, we have Mark Martin. 20th, we have Dale Jarrett. And in 21st, your pole sitter, Terry Labonte. In 22nd, we have Derek Cope. 23rd, Ted Musgrave. 24th, Rusty Wallace. 25th, Morgan Shepard, though those positions are about to switch. 26th, Hutch Strickland. 27th, Stanley Smith. In 28th, we have Chad Little. 29th, Jeff Purvis. 30th, Richard Petty. 31st, Michael Waltrip. 32nd, Davey Allison. 33rd, Dale Earnhardt. 34th, Darrell Waltrip. These guys really did not do well with their pit stops. In 35th, we have Eddie Bierschwell, and 36th, Alan Kowicki. In 37th, we have Rob Moroso, who ran out of gasoline. 38th, rookie Kenny Wallace. And 39th, Jimmy Horton. Rounding out the drivers that are on the lead lap, we do have two retirees to this point to report. That will be the 25 of Tim Richmond. His engine blew. And a similar mechanical failure happened on the 68 of Bobby Hamilton. We are on lap 28, coming to lap 29 here with a Winston 500. And you're taking a look at what would be your points leader at the end of this race if it were to end right now, and someone that would be $100,000 richer, Phil Parsons. So the only thing that's really going to shake this race up is going to be a caution. If we run caution free from here on out, which, fingers crossed for that one team at least, we have a very good shot at seeing a driver take the first two legs of the Winston Million right off the bat. 1-2. We have not had a driver win the Winston Million. We have not even had a driver eligible to win the Winston Million in the Throwbacks history since 1984. And that's, of course, when the program was introduced into NASCAR. We have had a couple of drivers pick up a $100,000 check for winning one of the first three Crown Jewel races and then winning the Southern 500, but they weren't ever in contention to win the million. If Phil Parsons wins today, he will have a shot at winning a million at either Charlotte or Darlington later this season. Of course, those are two very grueling races, Charlotte being the 600-mile race, the longest race on the calendar, and the Southern 500 just being a grueling 500-mile race at a very, very tight mile-and-a-third egg-shaped oval in Darlington, South Carolina. Meanwhile, you want to talk about underdogs. Dick Trickle looking for his first career win. And that is something that blows my mind when it says the least. This man is a dirt track legend, quite possibly the best weekly racer in all of history. And I really don't think that there's any question about it. when we're talking about back in the 1970s, Dick Trickle was quite possibly the highest paid stock car driver on the planet just because of how much he was dominating the weekly racing scene in the Midwest. I mean, we have this driver at least winning 700, 800 races. I mean, there will be some years where he would win 80 races. It's not even a joke. He's just absolutely dominant on the short track scene. He comes to NASCAR, Winston Cup, to play in the big leagues, essentially taking a pay cut to do so, and it hasn't led to a victory for Dick Trickle yet. So, honestly, a bit surprising. He hasn't had the greatest equipment in his defense. And today would be an excellent place for a first career win if he were to be able to pull it off. Other people trying to go for their first career wins in this pack as they go 4 wide. Yikes. We have Larry Pearson. He is a back-to-back Busch Series champion. And that is the lower division that runs underneath the Winston Cup, the Sportsman Series as it used to be called. And Larry Pearson, he is a back-to-back champion of that series. And he's come up to the Cup, and it just hasn't translated into victories. I mean, he's driving the same number 4 Kodak Chevrolet that Ernie Irvan seems to be dominating all the big tracks with. So we'll see if Larry Pearson can finally convert a W. Rick Mast doesn't have any wins in his actual... I need to think about that for a second. He does have a win. Excuse me, Rick Mast does have a win. He got it at Sonoma in one of the wackiest races I think I've ever put on this channel. I believe it's 1989. He was driving the number 66 Banquet Chevrolet. Same exact team that Jimmy Spencer's driving for right now. And they won. They won that race. So, no, he is not going for a first career win. But it would be the first win for that 16 team, which is something that they really need to uplift that team. I'm looking back here, and oh boy, it seems like Pack B has become quite the conglomerate, to say the least. Good grief. I'm taking a look at these splits right now. This pack is running about 5 seconds behind our lead pack. So, and taking a look at the speeds that these guys are running, they're running just a little bit faster. The front pack is running about 195 miles an hour. This pack is running about 196 miles an hour. That would barely be enough time to make it all the way back if this stayed green. So this could become very interesting if that trend continues. Right now, lap traffic, and this is only going to act as a further parachute. These slower cars with the lead pack is only going to slow these guys down even more. I'm just watching as the live timing and scoring comes up here. Kenny Wallace holding up a bunch of people as Dick Trickle continues to lead here at Talladega. And these guys are coming. That was over 197 miles an hour coming from the Brett Bodine camp. But when you take a look at the splits, it's still a 5-second gap. That's just rough. That's just rough. It is still a 5-second gap. Oh, it comes to the line. It'll be 11 laps to go, and nobody seems to be wanting to pass this 90 car right now. I presume because they want to stay roughly single file so they could try to not get caught by this conglomerate pack. It's a good strategy, and we'll see if it ends up panning out for them. I'm just watching the timing as it comes up. Yeah, we're still 5.5 seconds out. I would say if it's still 5.5 seconds with 6 or 7 laps to go, these guys can probably start opening up all sorts of battling. I don't think Rick Mast is interested in that. Rick Mast down to the inside. Now, speaking of battling, these guys back here are certainly of no interest of getting into a single file lane. These guys are running 3 wide, 3 wide, 3 wide. Yeah, and this is kind of careless because they really need to be running single file. They're acting like they're leading the race. They're acting like they're winning the race. And they can't be doing that. They got to gang up and try to form a single file line. Well, in order to do that, you got to get a fast car out there in front. And so far, we haven't been able to do that in this pack. They are going 4 wide. That is one thing that they're doing, and if this pack causes a caution, oh, that just separates things even more. Here we go with 4 wide again. They're getting away with this. I don't know how long they can get away with that for. I really wouldn't be comfortable with running 4 wide like that. Meanwhile, Ricky Rudd has taken the lead away from Dick Trickle. Rick Mast trying to find his way around Ricky Rudd. Kyle Petty pushing him there in 3rd. Winston Million prospect, Phil Parsons there in 4th, and Larry Pearson in 5th. Or at least 5th on the inside lane. These guys running, okay, yeah, they actually pulled way out in front of these guys, the second pack. Now the second pack is all the way back. 6.6 seconds. I gotta say, it's probably over for them. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that the crew chiefs and spotters of all these guys have said, hey, we are far enough ahead of that second pack. They're not gonna catch you guys. Go, go, go. And they're going for it. Yeah, I think everyone just got the green light. Phil Parsons to the point, and these guys are really going to be frantically battling with each other. Rob Moroso, the next lapped car, he is crossing the start and finish line there. They will catch him. Now Parsons, he's too far out in front. Yeah, they're going to run him right back down. No question in my mind. They're going to run him right back down. Yeah, he's got about a 3-car length lead. That is not what you want to see when you're leading a super speedway race. That means that you're going to be caught in a hurry. We'll see just how quickly this pack is able to reel back in the 1. So far, the answer is not as quickly as you would think. Looks like that these guys are really going to close in coming off of turn 4 here. And here comes Schrader down to the inside. And that's going to push Larry Pearson back to 3rd. Now the 24 of Kenny Wallace, he's 1 lap down. Here comes Dick Trickle down to the inside, 3 wide. And Dick's going to take 2nd. Everyone's battling. Phil Parsons has got to love this. And we have a caution. Oh, boy. They race back to the line. Parsons is going to have the lead as the yellow flag has been displayed. Now, I think if we get back green, there's only going to be 1 lap to go. If we get back going green. I think that Phil Parsons has raced back to the checkered flag there. We'll see what happened here with Michael Waltrip, our only incident of the day. Sure enough, they're going 4 wide in this main pack. We told you that's not going to work. And there you go. Oh, a very hard hit by Michael Waltrip. And that car comes to a halt on the back straightaway. Oof. Now we'll see if we can get this race back going. It's going to be a really difficult endeavor. Remember, the lights have to be off on the pace car coming to lap 46. And we are not going to send the lapped cars down to the inside line. We are going to do a single file restart. We'll take you through the field as they run. Phil Parsons is your leader. Dick Trickle in second. Ricky Rudd is in third. Kenny Wallace a lap down, 36th. Rick Mast in fourth. Kyle Petty in fifth. Ken Schrader in sixth. Larry Pearson in seventh. Chad Little in the 15 and 8. He was the leader of Pack B. Jimmy Hensley, rookie, 9th. Wally Dullenbach in 10th. Terry Labonte, 11th. Bobby Hillen Jr. a lap down in 36th. Morgan Shepherd, 12th. Ernie Irvin, 13th. Mark Martin, 14th. Sterling Marlin, 15th. Harry Gant, 16th. Jimmy Horton a lap down in 37th. Ted Musgrave, 17th. Stanley Smith, 18th. Hutch Strickland, 19th. Dale Jarrett, 20th. Jimmy Spencer, 21st. Davey Allison, 22nd. Bill Elliott, 23rd. Richard Petty, 24th. Derek Cope, 25th. Brett Bodine, 26th. Lake Speed, 27th. Dave Marcus, 28th. Jeff Bodine a lap down in 38th. Oof. 29th, Dale Earnhardt. 30th, Darrell Waltrip. 31st, Jeff Purvis. 39th, Rusty Wallace, one lap down. 32nd, Eddie Bierschwale. 33rd, Alan Kowicki. 34th, Rob Moroso, and that'll be your last car on the lead lap. 3 retirees to this point. Obviously, Michael Waltrip, one of them, as we wait for him to be released from the Infield Care Center. Bobby Hamilton and Tim Richmond are also out of this race due to 2 separate engines grenading. Now we're going to see if we're actually going to get this race back underway. If the pace car lights don't turn on here, don't turn off here, we'll have 1 to go next time around. We'll see what they do. The pace car lights remain on. Now that means if we go green, we're going to have a 1-lap shootout to the finish. I don't think that's going to be enough time to get Parsons out of the lead, honestly. We'll find out. I don't know if that'll be enough time either. I think Trickle's going to get passed for second, and that's going to open everything up, and Parsons is going to pull away. Dick Trickle being in second, that's Parsons' best friend. A $100,000 check riding on the wall for Phil Parsons. Someone who's honestly kind of come out of nowhere to start winning a bunch of races. This would be his 3rd win this season. And talk about a force to be reckoned with on the super speedways. Comes out, wins the Daytona 500. Sort of kind of backs himself into winning Rockingham. Then he does okay over the next few races. And he comes out here and he wins Talladega. That would be just incredible. Obviously, the Jackson brothers have something cooking in that number 1 Oldsmobile. when we come to the line, we'll see what NASCAR decides to do. Will they restart this race with 1 lap to go? Or will we end underneath the yellow flag? Yeah, I bet Parsons is probably on the radio trying to say that there's debris all over the racetrack still, trying to not get this race restarted. And unfortunately for him, NASCAR is not listening to him. The 1 to go was just given, which means we're going to have a 1-lap shootout, single file restart to determine who is going to win this race. We have 34 cars on the lead lap, but realistically, only the top 4 or 5 really have a shot at getting a win here unless something remarkable happens. There is a lot of positional turnover on super speedways, but these guys probably still won't be up to full speed until they get into turn 3. Yeah, so there's usually not a ton of positional turnover in 1 lap. If it was 2 laps ago, we might see some crazy stuff. I don't know how crazy it's going to get with 1 lap. But with $100,000 on the line for Phil Parsons, you know he's going to be defending like crazy. Points lead, too. You got to figure he's going to be the points leader at the end of this race if everything holds. Unless something catastrophic happens. He could get strung on the outside at 3 wide and drop all the way back to 20th, and Alan Quickie comes on the inside, and all of a sudden someone else takes the points lead. I don't know, Bill Elliott or something. I don't even think Elliott, because yeah, his Elliott's kind of nowhere right now. 23rd. The pace car pulls down. The green and white flag is in the hand of our flagman today. And they have been displayed. The green and white flags are both out. And Trickle immediately jumps down to the inside. Can he get to the inside of Parsons going into turn 1? No. Well, that was the chance for Ricky Rudd. He wasn't able to get anywhere. We'll see if Trickle could get a run here coming off of turn 2. He's obviously going to make a move. I don't think he will. Yes, he will. He goes down to the inside. Dick Trickle looking for his first career win. Trying to take $100,000 away from Phil Parsons. Chad Little stuck on the apron. Chad Little on the apron back there. Trickle has passed Parsons coming off of turn 4. Kenny Wallhead, they're wrecking behind him. Wally Dullenback in the wall behind him. They come to the line. Trickle is going to be your winner. And they are still wrecking behind him. Ernie Irvin, Dale Jarrett, Jimmy Spencer, all involved. A massive pileup has happened on the last lap. And carnage everywhere. As Dick Trickle has stolen one from Phil Parsons' nose, and he will be your 1992 Winston 500 winner. I'll take you back to see what ended up happening here. I caught it right at the top of our screen. The 41 went around. And that just caused everything. Irvin gets into Sterling Marlin here. They go into the wall. And now here comes everyone else at full speed. They can't slow down. Up the 98 gets involved. There's the 18's involvement. 71 involved. There's Jeff Bodine getting involved. Dale Earnhardt. Oh, good Lord. Hutch Strickland going for a horrible, horrible flip in the infield. And it looks like he's not the only one to go for a bad flip. Yeah, because it looked like Moroso tagged Irvin. No, it was Richard Petty that tagged him. Oh boy, a driver's side impact. And the 4 car in the air. As a horrible accident has happened here at the Talladega Superspeedway to end the Winston 500. We have gotten the reports that Michael Waltrip was able to be released from the care center. However, he will require further medical evaluation. As you can see, the tumble Hutch Strickland takes in the infield. And obviously, lots of concerns for Strickland, and well, that will be the end of this race. As you will see the results here on your left, we'll have to see what ends up happening to the likes of Hutch Strickland and Ernie Irvin. Hopefully everything is okay. We take a look at the point standings, and Phil Parsons has taken the points lead away from Alan Kowicki by 40 with that second place finish. And maybe it'll be he that can start to pull away with things, as the points leads are now really starting to get above 100 points. The next week will actually be the third leg of the Winston Million, the Coca-Cola 600. We will see you